Woo-wee! Whoa! Living on a stream.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. So, oh, it's like a airsoft ad,
Ah.
but it shoots balls,
All our shotgun shoot balls.
but like giant balls.
Oh, like Nerf
Like,
balls?
no. Wait, what is this? Oh, it's a personal security device. So it's a non-lethal gun.
Ah, it's dumb. Pepper spray. I think all like personal defense gimmicks are dumb and dangerous, like to the user, except pepper spray.
Mm-hmm. Unless you get pepper spray in your eyes.
Yeah, but hopefully you got them in the other person's eyes too. I saw one that was crazy dumb. It was a steel ring with a claw, and it had like a plastic covering that was supposed to break, and you were supposed to like shove your finger into the eye of your attacker.
Interesting.
Like, who's gonna pull that off? You're giving people this idea that they're gonna buy this $50 ring and then pull off some John Wick kung fu.
Yeah. I mean, their only goal is to sell the thing.
Yeah.
They're not personally liable, so I bet they don't even care.
No.
That's pretty bad.
Mm-hmm. Ship Keeps Amazing Channel, another day, another great stream. Lucky Bat, awa. Good evening, EOB community. Joaquin Costa, Cal Zarok, hi everyone else in Dune. Howdy, folks. Nick Eris, evening, Franz. Aaron Ferguson, why? Hello.
Ship Captain's Amazing Channel. What's the point of a non-lethal gun? Always go straight for the kill.
Yeah. America. Bam.
There you go. I mean, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like it shot these giant, like, it's like they look like golf ball sized balls. And I guess it looked like it had some sort of like pepper spray or something in it too. So you shoot the ball at the guy and it explodes, and
I
then
think I might have seen those.
yeah.
I know for a little while there was a thing that they were trying to sell to police where it was a steel ball bearing that fit on the end of your gun, and so your first bullet would hit the ball and then shoot the big steel ball at someone. But I mean,
they would die still.
But then the 20 bullets you shoot after that are all very effective. So
Yeah.
because the idea is if you shoot, you should always kill the person.
Right.
Which seems great, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's my motto, just in general.
Nelson Dune, at my state police academy, we have to pepper spray each other and then baton fight and make radio call outs afterwards. Ah, nice. Yeah, I think in the army they have to do that too.
What'd be really fun is if you get civilians to do that.
Yeah.
Like, you can station for a day.
Mm-hmm.
And you can pepper spray them for you. And then they have to do all the things. That'd be pretty fun.
Mm-hmm. Jake Peace, sisters equals subscribed. Nice. I watched the new episode of Hammer and Bolter. I don't know if it's the newest one. I think it might be the newest one. It's a Sisters of Battle episode. Oh my goodness, it's so good. It's a crime that all of this stuff is locked over on Warhammer Plus. If it was on YouTube, I feel like they would have a new renaissance of people getting into the hobby. Like, it's such cool stuff. But they, Games Workshop has like Mr. Krabs level of greed. And so they need to get your $6 for you to see it at any of it, but really, really good.
It's because they're going to never make models
Yes.
anymore. And all they're going to do is make cartoons now.
No, that was 2 weeks ago's big idea that all the channels are putting out.
Right.
Yeah, really, really, really good. I think the animation might be slightly getting better. It's very stylized.
For some reason, I had it open, some of the Hammer and Bolter stuff open, and it felt very 80s cartoon.
A little bit, yeah.
Very.
Things aren't moving a lot, but they're doing a lot with a little.
Yes.
Though, it's good enough to tell a story.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it. It's interesting, though.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's really smart to do it that way, because I feel like they should go for nostalgia.
Mm-hmm. They should have the Reading Rainbow thing pop up at the end of each one.
Yeah. Antonio, man, I wish tomorrow someone would talk either about memories or minis in my YouTube feed.
Nope. We're done with that show. No more.
Yeah. Exactly.
Now it's called Models Without the Memories.
It's called No Memories.
No memories.
What's going on?
No memories, and you know what? No models either.
Yeah. It's just a half an hour of Jay sitting there folding laundry.
I wish. I need to do laundry.
Chainer 8686. How thin are your paints? Looks like an almost non-existent amount of paint is coming off the brush. I may try that myself.
Yeah, it's pretty darn thin. I know people say it should be like the consistency of whole milk or skim milk, which I don't really think means much, because who's ever tried to paint with milk? But
that's all I paint.
Really, like a Vallejo paint, Army Painter paint, and Games Workshop paint are thick. So you want to thin that probably at least 50% paint to water. Vampy. Hope you guys had a great day. Don't forget to keep calm and declare exterminatus.
Well, today was the worst day of my life. As it always is.
Georgie Jardo, I have the perfect idea for your next STL file. 2 words, Battle Sheep.
I'm on it.
That would be a really fun, the game Battleship, if there was another version called Battle Sheep.
I bet it was actually fun.
Are you saying Number Letter isn't a fun game?
Not always. I mean, I like the game. I'm really good at it. It's, it's easy to get good at it. Got some sick stratg.
You always go for the corners?
I do like an X pattern.
Yeah.
I don't do random, because if you go random, you're never going to find anyone.
Yeah.
If you do an X, you'll find people immediately.
You'll always completely happen to miss every ship. And you'll find out you've literally cut out ships. Like, you've hit every spot around them.
A fun thing that you can do, though, if you really want to lose friendship, is you don't even put any ships on the board, and you just play the game that way.
That's really good. That's really good.
You just lie the whole time. Yep. And you'll always win.
Joaquin Costigan. Patrons get Jay to do our laundry too? Yep. That's at the laundry tier. It's a little bit higher.
Yeah. It's pretty expensive, though.
Keenan Canonitz. I'm getting married this weekend, and I still tuned in for the stream. There is no excuse to miss the stream. Exactly. Good.
You better watch this at your wedding.
Annie Crimson. Ahoy, everyone. Man, Slayer Lord, I've learned a lot watching your videos, so I'm using everything I learned, and I'm using it to paint some Custodes. Ooh, Custodes. I love a good Custodes.
They're sweeping.
Nelson Dune. I just move my ships. Easy win.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Yeah, it would definitely be more interesting if there was, like, if you could give up a shoot to move a ship or something. I feel like there's ways to make it more of a game.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's for very little kids.
Yeah, so they're like 5-year-olds.
Mm. And it is a pretty balanced game, with like if a dad and a kid playing, it would kind of work. I mean, the dad's gonna win.
Yeah, I mean, it balances itself.
But,
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's an odd game. Don't call me Shirley. Are you guys in a new place?
Nope.
Yes.
Nope. Yes, 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 we are.
Lucky bet. It's to learn your letters and numbers.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Vampy, what is the absolute worst Space Marine unit?
Scouts. The old scouts. They're not even slightly worth an elite choice. And they're probably not even the worst model. There's the worst model I could think of. They used to be pretty cool when they were troop choices. I think the sniper scouts were still an elite choice. The sniper scouts were better because they at least had a function. It wasn't a good function, but I remember in 7th edition, though, scouts were like, you would take scouts over Space Marines just because a body was more important than what its stats were.
Interesting. Manslayer Lord, I learned a lot watching your videos, so I'm using everything I learned, and I'm going to use it to paint some Custodes.
Ship Gives Amazing Channel, we should turn Battleship into a proper war game. Does anybody remember the movie Battleship with Liam Neeson and Rihanna? It's a great movie.
You might be one of the only people that have actually seen it.
It's really bad. I've seen it. I remember one time I was working out, and there was like a movie channel, I guess, and it started playing that movie, and
everyone left.
Well, I did like 3 extra miles on the treadmill. I was so engrossed in the movie, reading the subtitles. Oh, it was great.
Right.
Why would Rihanna? I guess just to be in any movie.
Money.
Mm-hmm. I guess then they can say, hey, there's a movie coming out and Rihanna's gonna be in it. I mean, they did the same thing with Tay Sway in the movie The Giver. She's literally in one flashback. Don't call me Shirley. Jay, did you see the Necron carry case I made from trash? I don't think so. Is it in Discord? I think my phone's dead.
Like you killed it?
Uh-huh. I stabbed it right through the screen.
Jeez.
The screen,
illegal,
the screen
right?
protector is fine, but yeah, the phone is destroyed. Thomas Porches, what is the coolest thing in Star Wars, and why is it pod racing? It's definitely pod racing. Pod racing is pretty wizard.
Oh, God, is it wizard. Is there anything more wizard than pod racing?
Mm-hmm. Andy Crimson couldn't even say it's a great movie without breaking up. Blackwater Clock. That's a good screen protector. You know what was really funny? There was some gun channel on the internet, and they were shooting a stack of screen protectors, like 100 screen protectors, to the point where it was like a foot thick of screen protectors and then a phone on the end, and they shot it with a pistol, and the bullet stopped in like the first 50 screen protectors, but it completely shattered the phone. Just the shockwave moving through all the glass broke it.
Interesting.
Yeah, screen protector is really just for scratches. Hunter Marcel, Demolition Ranch. It was Demolition Ranch. Yeah, it's a really fun channel. He shoots garbage with crazy guns. Yeah, these ladies have a lot of little bits on them. Little bits and bobs.
Bob's your uncle.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what that means.
Bob the Builder?
Yes.
Bob Hieronymus, the guy who pretended to be Bigfoot?
Yes.
Allegedly.
I mean, Bigfoot is real, but
yeah. That's not the alleged part. Bigfoot is real, but yeah, there's been several people who have pretended to be the real Bigfoot.
Just imagine how their life is going.
Mm-hmm. There was a on the Joe Rogan Experience, he had Bobcat Goldthwait on, who loves Bigfoot, and he talked about this great story about some guy who decided to put on a Bigfoot costume and run at cars. And he would scare people, and then one day one of the cars just decided to swerve and hit him because they wanted to take out Bigfoot. And and after the story, he goes, it is a little sad, but at least he died doing what he loves.
Oh, man.
Colin Mark, oh shit, I forgot y'all's was on. Here I was watching videos on helping hawks. Well, the hawks will have to wait, because we're live.
Woo!
Colin Mark, I can believe that there's a subspecies of primate that lives within the caves of Appalachia. Probably.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Bigfoot is a fact.
That's what I always say. Joaquin Costa. Hey, can someone tell me when they know green stuff has gone bad? I've had mine for a good long time, and it's much less stickier than I recall, but it still cures okay with enough time.
I don't know if it ever goes bad. I don't know if I've ever had any for more than a year or two.
I've had mine since the beginning. Like, I've had mine for 6 or 7 years. It still works.
Neat. Well, there you go.
I used it for my my commandos. So I did some adjustments. I also got some what's it called? Silicone brushes. And those worked out great.
Yeah, silicone brushes are really nice.
And it's like a game changer. It's like, oh, I can actually do stuff with this.
One fun thing, super glue will stick to silicone super well.
Yes.
A lot of my silicone brushes now are covered in super glue. And it doesn't come off.
Moth-chan, hey guys, love your channel. I found you yesterday, and I've been watching videos non-stop while
nice.
painting my Necrons. Well,
Necrons!
I mean, that just sounds like we're going to have to make more videos.
Ooh, I can try out a color.
Orange!
Where did I put it? It's not where it's supposed to be. It's one of my new Scale 75 paints. I guess I can try this one too, actually. There it is. It's the Scale 75 Instant instant color, contrast paints, tan. Because I'm always looking for cheats on tan, because I always have a hard time with tan paints.
I believe those are pronounced taints.
Mm-hmm. Colin Mark, I didn't know Bobcat Goldthwait was a Bigfoot enthusiast. He's a huge Bigfoot fan. He made a movie. He made a horror movie about Bigfoot.
There you go.
I only want to watch it. Silly putty will also not come off of silicone brushes. And if it does, please tell me how. Yeah, I bet that happens too. I remember when I was a little kid, I had silly putty and I had a koosh ball. It's one of those balls that's made of rubber bands. And I made them fight. And that was the end of that.
Did you ever do the old, you take the silly putty, put it on the newspaper, and you can like transfer? Yeah, I like doing that. I've heard it doesn't work anymore. However they make silly putty, it doesn't have that ability. They like probably took out the lead or whatever. Was able to do that.
That's just no fun. No fun allowed.
Jeez. Things have changed too much around here.
Boy, this can't be right. This feels like I'm not even painting with paint. It's just water. Maybe I didn't shake it enough.
I'm sure that's good.
Ooh, I just got an order from the company Green Stuff World, and I got this, which I'm excited to try out. It is the Green Stuff World Tentacle Maker. And they can make tentacles.
Eat.
And it can make 3 different sizes of ribbing.
Make some tubes.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I was thinking about on my commandos, adding some tubes and stuff before I decided to not do that. It would be a bitch. But I was gonna 3D print basically one of those to see if that would work.
Joaquin Costa, yeah, silly putty just doesn't taste the same anymore.
I know.
Captain Crofty, Green Stuff World paint is super underrated. You know, I don't hear much about it. I'm sure it's just as good as anything, though. Anthony Brown, hi stream, I'm painting my Judiciar, and I am trying to decide on a white or silver Reaver mask. I just used the normal head. I'd say white. Fucking Casa. I've seen enough Japanese media to know not to finish this joke.
Lucky bet, Nick. I'm gonna fact check you. Good, please do. Cause I don't know. I just say things out loud.
Yeah, it's just a very, 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 very thin color. I guess I've never used a contrast paint that was like a light color. I guess except for white, but the white is a pretty specific mixture that behaves a little differently than anything else.
Joaquin Costa, am I making this up, or did I see a video somewhere about army paint or contrast paints? I didn't know they were even offered.
They just came out this week. I think the video dropped on like the 8th. It's called Speed Paint.
Speed paint. Lucky bet. It transfers pretty okay. You liar. Well then.
Maybe it's a difference in the newspaper.
Could be.
They use better ink.
Yeah, I don't know. Could have also just made it all up. Just to pretend like I was really cool. And then I just got fact checked.
Use you would always steal the Garfield comic print. And then read it off the silly putty. I always
Yeah,
like
that sounds like what you did.
I always like stretching it real slow, and then I would stretch it real fast and it would break. I thought that was fun.
Yep.
I mean, now people probably just use the Silly Putty app.
Yeah, probably. No, Fortnite's way more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fatboy15, any tips for cleaning models? Soap and water.
Give him a little rubber ducky in the bath.
Yeah. A bubble bath bomb could be fun. I have a video on the perfect way to prep models. Yeah,
There you go.
Little bit of gap filling, a little bit of how to clean mold lines and sprue marks.
Lurch, do you suggest just magnetizing HQs and vehicles?
Yep. I guess if you think it wouldn't be that big a pain to magnetize something else, like Space Marines aren't impossible to magnetize. I'd say Gene Stealer Cult pretty much is impossible to magnetize.
I magnetize every single one of my orc boys. It's so worth it.
Yeah, because think of the dozens of games that you've taken Shootas in instead of Slugga Choppa.
Exactly.
Nuns of games.
Nuns of games. Although I have a bunch, because at one point I was going to, but then I did once.
I always had a bad habit of magnetizing, but then I just wouldn't even put the magnet in the other option. So I would like build the plasma gun, and then I would magnetize the plasma gun, and then I would be like, well, if I ever want any of the other ones, I will just dig it out of the bit bin, and then drill a hole for it, and then insert a magnet, and then paint it, and then I'll have that option too. And I never ever did any of it. So basically I just have a bunch of Space Marines with loose plasma guns.
Yeah.
How to clean a Demon Prince of Nurgle? You can't. It's impossible. Yep.
Exactly.
Kyle Seeley, still not clear on why the Sisters of Battle are wearing gym clothes. I would bet that this is their undergarments. Because if you look in the back, there's actually holes for their plugs. So presumably this is what they're wearing under their armor.
How scandalous. Alan Blank, I have a big batch of models that I accidentally made too dark with a spray of Nuln Oil. Any tips for lightening them back up?
I would say like run it under the sink if the Nuln Oil is still wet, but I'm guessing it's not. So you might be able to ever so carefully airbrush some white from above, or some of whatever your light color is from above to fix it a little bit. But that's pretty much it. Frozen Throg, always magnetized Tau crisis suits. Yeah, that seems like a good pick for magnetization. Joaquin Costa, I pin every model I've ever made. So worth it. Oh, pinning. I'm so mad. I bought a bunch of 1mm drill bits. And I'm like, finally, I have a bunch of 1mm drill bits. Pinning is going to be easy. The paper clips I bought are like 1.2 millimeters. They don't really fit in the holes.
That's pretty good.
So I guess I'm just going to have to buy 1 millimeter paper clips until I find some that are correct. It seems like they really don't get the tolerances on paper clips aren't as accurate as I would like them to be.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
That's actually insane.
Everwald, blindfolded chainsword wielding seems ill-advised. Nah, it's a great idea. The Emperor protects.
Frozen Throg, silly American paper clips.
Because sometimes you gotta pin. Sometimes it's the best shot you're gonna get. But really, it is a monster. It's a nightmare if you have to if you don't have a good drill bit, and then you don't have a good metal rod to put in there.
I gotta get a metal rod, all right.
And I've had plenty of instances where I drill a hole that's too small, and then I use pliers to insert the paper clip, and then I just end up scratching or twisting or breaking the model. And I'm like, I didn't even want to pin this. I just wanted to put the model away and play Fortnite.
Exactly. I know that's your favorite game.
It is my favorite game.
Lucky Bat, send me a photo of the silly putty. That's amazing.
Sean, I just heat the paperclip with flame and then melt a hole. That's an interesting idea. I think that would definitely work for my my too small hole, probably. It's not a bad idea. The only danger is if you heat the plastic becomes brittle.
And you don't want that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess it depends, because if it's a Space Marine, yeah, they're probably big and chunky and it doesn't matter. But if these Sisters of Battle were if that little tiny couple of toes touching the ground became brittle, could be a problem.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
I don't know how I feel about this color. I could have done this by just thinning tan. It's so thin. And it's pooling in the recesses, so the brightest part is the recess, which is kind of backwards. But I definitely don't want to have to paint all of these tassels by hand. So I guess I'm just going to keep on trying.
Recess is my favorite class.
Yeah.
Remember when recess just goes away,
mm-hmm.
and then you become an adult immediately?
Yeah. Do they still do recess?
I think they do. But for kids, they don't do.
But yeah,
it
of
high
course.
School.
But I thought it was going away for elementary kids too.
What?
And I think Bill Burr was talking about his kids got the recess and lunch was in the same period.
Interesting.
Might just be some schools though.
That's true. I don't know. Yeah, I wonder. Does he send his kids to private school?
I don't know.
I don't know. It feels like he wouldn't.
Yeah.
You're gonna go public school. Your life's gonna be horrible.
You're gonna go to public school in Boston.
Yeah, we're not gonna live anywhere close to you.
Yeah.
You just get to be there.
Mm-hmm.
That feels about right.
Mm-hmm. Joaquin Costa, what is the metal rod you use for the Necron spiders? I like to get that for flying models. Clear spokes suck. It is baling wire for like industrial applications. You can buy it in like 10,000 yards from a home store. But yeah, it's baling wire, steel baling wire. It's pretty darn sturdy and it's very bendable. Ugh. I used to have baling wire holding up my my Necron Ghost Arcs, or not Ghost Arcs, the Annihilation Barge, Doomsday Barge, Necron Barge, Reanimation Barge, floaty ribcage thing. Chip Gives Amazing Channel. At my school, a public school, the lunch and recess are combined.
I guess what do we mean by combined? So is it an hour, and then half of it's lunch, half of it's recess?
Probably.
Because if that's true, that's what we'd add.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it was any different than that. 30 minutes is not enough time.
No.
Like, you'll probably hurt yourself. Just eating all that food.
I'm annoyed that this color is bad. I mean, it doesn't work for what I'm doing. Like, you would never want to put this over a zenithal because it's just going to look really weird when the shadow is bright tan and the highlight is black. I suppose if you painted a model pure white, this would look all right, because then some parts would be bright white and some parts would be a little tan.
I
guess what was I expecting with a light color?
Yeah, you silly goose. I said it, folks. I'm not afraid.
Joaquin Costa, we had a 15-minute break and then a 45-minute lunch in our high school. I think was that normal? I think it was a full period for lunch, right?
Yeah, we just had 50 minutes.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, eat
in
food.
50 minutes.
Read a book.
Yep. Poop.
Yeah. Yeah,
Although
that was the poop. Yeah, that was for I mean, you don't want to waste lunch on a poop.
Exactly. You don't waste lunch on a poop.
Mm-hmm.
Some people had to, though.
Mm-hmm. AOTLTNG, hey Jay, what are your thoughts on Infinity, Dead Zone, and Conquest? Infinity looks pretty cool. I like the models, and the world seems fun. I like the emphasis on terrain. Dead Zone, never heard of it. Conquest looks kind of neat. It's like fantasy, but it's rank and flank. Like, everything is on movement trays. And I've heard people love rank and flank because of how tactical it is, because you can flank things. But I don't know if that's honestly really actually tactical. I don't know if it's as tactical as some people claim it is. Like, oh, you attack someone from the side, so you get a bonus. Is that the epitome of tactics?
Yes.
Okay, my mistake. It's great.
Jeez, do you even know how to game? Do you even know how to game, bro?
Mm-hmm. Walking Casa. High school taught me one important lesson. Poop on company time.
Hell yeah.
Always.
Ash Bio 5. We are surrounded. Good. Now we can fire in every direction.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nick Aris watched Mad Max Fury Road again while clipping and putting together my Octeris terrain. So that movie is somewhere in 40k canon, right? 1,000%? Absolutely. Mad Max Fury Road is the best movie ever made. It is an absolute delight of a movie.
I think Johnny Depp's Willy Wonka is the best.
Yep. You know what? I take it all back. AOTLDNG, Dead Zone, from what I hear, is basically like 40k's Kill Team, but in Dead Space. So like there's monsters? Frozen Throg? Well, it's about not opening up your flanks.
Lurch, the Octeris terrain is sick. I love it.
It is really good. Uh-oh. I just gave it a squeeze and nothing came out. So now I'm going to very carefully hold the bottle together while I give it another squeeze. There we go.
Jeez Louise. Jeez the squeeze.
King Costa, Battleship is the best movie. Come on, we just talked about this. That is true. That is very true. My mistake. Yes, Battleship is best movie.
There's other movies besides Battleship?
I don't think so. I mean, I guess there's other Liam Neeson movies. Those are acceptable.
Colin Mark, Battleship, you mean the prequel to the Sonic movie? I never watched the Sonic movie.
Was the Sonic movie good?
I heard they fixed it. Because I know everyone was pooping on it because it looked horrible, because it looked just really bad. But then I heard it was actually good, but I don't know. I didn't see it. Was that pre the world ending, or I don't even know that.
I think it was. It's around the same time of Cats. Another movie that was amazing and beloved. I kind of liked Cats. It's very bad, but it could have been really good if they just didn't do naked fuzzy people. If they made it costumes, I think it would have been a big hit. Because people like that Cats musical for some reason.
Yeah. It was released in 2020, January 25th.
That's when you want. Yep.
Jeez, I'm sure they were like. Oof. Well, actually, it was probably perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Right under the radar.
Yeah. Jeez. I just still remember one day we were because people were making Corona songs and stuff, and I remember one day we were listening to those at work and we were like, this is hilarious, and then the next day we didn't go into work. And then I never saw any of those people again. Andy Crimson, the Sonic movie was actually quite fun. And yeah, better than it had any right to be. Interesting.
Neat. Sonic made 300 million. The sequel will have Idris Elba as Knuckles. Is 300 million a good number?
I think so. I mean, the budget was 90 million.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, if that was a Marvel movie, 300 million is just that's the end of Disney.
Yeah.
Cole Hildman, first stream.
Woo!
Colin Mark, I remember hearing back in the late 90s, early 2000s, there was going to be an animated Cats movie. It was going to be made by the people who made Balto and American Tail 2. Yeah, I feel like it would not have worked animated, because then it's just a movie that just makes no sense whatsoever. I feel like the only reason Cats works is because of the music and the dancing. Because other than that, it's just pure nonsense. Brian Nelson.
I think it's pure nonsense even with the dancing.
Mm-hmm. Brian Nelson. Speaking of Marvel, What If was pretty neat. I heard it was cool. T-Boys Member for App. So after the sisters, what is the next project? Jay? I don't know. That's for the patrons to decide.
Ooh-wee. How exciting.
Oh my goodness. Alright, these Scale 75 paints are not endearing me to them.
Are we gonna sue them?
Mm-hmm. The choice to have cats wear fur coats was weird. No, see, that's a very theater choice. Like, get it, because they have fur and they're wearing furs. Get it? That's fine. Yeah, choosing for them to have have peach fuzz animated over their naked bodies. That's
also a theater thing.
It is. Yeah, just general poor decisions that are theater decisions that are going to alienate people.
I have only seen the worst scene in the movie, which is the cockroaches dancing and whatever is going on with that. That somebody put that up online, and I saw it. I'm like, yep, great.
Yeah, you know, though, the dancing is really good. The cinematography is really bad, but the movie looks good. Like, they clearly, whoever edited the movie didn't understand dancing, because you have to, like, see dancing. You can't do quick cuts with dancing, because then it just looks like flailing.
Yeah.
Which I guess all dancing is just stylish flailing, but I said butt while I'm highlighting butts.
Butts. Vampy, found a box of Gorka Morka in my attic last week. Struck gold.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Present drawing. Vote for BattleTech for me. I have no money to give through Patreon. Nope, then no vote. Don't take his vote.
Oh no! That means BattleTech is winning.
And Scar, missed the challenge this time around, but I did make the base. Will the next one include the base, or can I use the base in the next challenge? You might be able to use the base in the next challenge.
This is true.
It's possible.
Depending on exactly what the challenge is.
G-Force member 45. Cats was just an abomination upon cinema and the eyes.
Perfect.
Riso by Pizage. Hey, first time viewer, enjoy the streams. Neat.
Neat.
Did Jay say Cats the movie looked good? Well, everything looked good except for the animated cat people. But like if they had just gone with actors and sets and costumes, I think it would have been a big hit. I mean, cuz Cats was a big hit with cool sets and actors and costumes. And it was like the biggest show in the world for some reason. And it wasn't the worst thing in the world, but once again, the decision to make them to animate Peach Fuzz over their naked bodies was a bold and completely wrong move. And according to like the cast, they didn't necessarily know that was going to be the case, which is awesome. And what's great is that they couldn't get like Helen Mirren or Ian McKellen to do it, so they get to have costumes.
Mm-hmm.
And the sets looked nice. And the music was Cats. Joaquin Casa, I heard the singing was fine, so it had that going for it, I guess. Yeah, the singing was fine. There was a Taylor Swift song in there, apparently. Like, she made a song for the movie.
Adorable.
Don't remember it?
Because it was that good.
I remember one cat singing about a train forever.
Cats don't go on trains.
They do in Cats. Did you forget Cats makes no sense whatsoever? Oh god, I remember having this thought that of a great way to explain Cats would be like, everybody has had the experience of like a cat walking past you. Now imagine that cat was a tiny man scuttering past you. Meandering Shade just caught up with earlier chat at my high school in the UK. You didn't poop unless you got permission during class, which was very rare. So
you just shit all over the place.
Yeah,
that's what I would do.
G-Force member 55. So, J. Nick, I'm trying to decide my next project. Which Titan should I buy next? Either another Reaver or the Nemesis, and what I should base my AdMech on. I think you should go small. You should go Adeptus Titanicus. And what's fun is those models are kind of old and hard to find, so you may end up spending about the same on a Titan that could fit on a quarter instead of a Titan that's the size of a 5-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Merchant Prince, are we continuing the downvote trend?
Yeah. Of course.
Oh, yeah.
It's the only thing keeping us in business.
Yep, if it's an EOB stream, you better be downvoting it. Internet man, who poops at school? I never have pooped at school.
Do you remember that person we worked with who never ever pooped away from his home?
No. It was crazier than that. It wasn't because pooping I kind of get because I don't know, but he never peed.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And yeah, because we'd be like, yeah, but you're like uncomfortable the whole day, and he's like, yeah. Just willing to be uncomfortable the whole day. Because, he said that he had some sort of problem where he couldn't pee at anywhere but home.
And I remember we were explaining to him, like, peeing, because he's like, that's because he was like, yeah, this is not that unusual. And we were like, well, if you could be peeing, you have to pee. If you could not be peeing, you don't have to pee.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. Ikinokinoda is, how do you hold that in all day? He sounds dehydrated. I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you meet some weird people doing some weird stuff.
Merchant Prince, home is sacred ground.
Home is where the poop is.
Home is where the poop is.
That's my motto.
Let's try out this red. Although I was thinking about doing pink for my purity seals, for my sisters. I think I'm gonna do it actually. Let me get out my pink. I'll probably start out as a magenta base, which I actually cleaned up. I did not clean up. It's just missing. Here is magenta. All right, I won't do the purity seals right this second.
That's okay, because we only have a minute left. Joaquin Costa, go to work and poop without a shirt on. It's a religious experience, like beer in the shower.
M1 get to 4. Yo, I'm here.
Yo.
You say, Lieutenant, if you're gonna hold your pee, use a bottle. Because you're holding it.
I get it.
Physically.
I got it.
Lee Quinn, about to pull the trigger on buying an airbrush. Anything I should add to cart besides the airbrush, compressor, thinner, and cleaning equipment? If they sell an extra needle and nozzle for that airbrush, you should probably get it, because you're probably gonna ruin the first one you have.
Yep.
USA Libertarian, hose.
And on that note, we had 2 videos out this week. Got another video out coming tomorrow. Here's a hint of some models and memories. Could you believe that? And we have a Patreon exclusive video on Saturday and a Patreon only stream after the normal stream tomorrow.
Woo!
It's wild.
Woo!
Very, very wild. It's almost like it's really worth it to be on the Patreon. And but we'll be back tomorrow with another live stream at 9 p.m. Central. So join us for that.
All right, everybody. Good night.
Good night.